What is up? Hoping the lighting's okay. Do I pre-stretch certain type of strings, Bokai Chow? I only pre-stretch natural gut. Sorry, Ace Bins. I don't know why it's like that. Sorry, Ralph 13. We are live now, Jan. What's up, dat boy? Who's my favorite tennis player of all time? Either Marat Safin, Kaysan, or Fabrice Santoro. Felipe, I'm good. I just got back from a tennis match with my #2 singles player. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a few drinks right now. Found this one. Oh, sorry. Found this one. So, it's pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. Pretty good. How about you, Felipe? Pogi. Jan, you're too kind. What is up, CCat? Are you guys ready to vote? I was thinking about stringing 2 rackets that I have. It's in the background. I don't know if you guys can see it in this angle. But because this is like the voting one, I don't want to be like super distracted. Yeah, Kaysan, I won. I double bageled my opponent, and he's my #2 singles player on my state league team. Not gonna lie, he didn't play well at all, and I did okay, but it was yeah, I took him to the tool shed. He actually might be on this channel or on this live chat right now. Andrew H24, I only unless I'm playtesting, right? I only restring my racket when the strings break. So for me, that's about for the Hyper G with ISO 98. I break those strings full bed, obviously, at about 3 to 5 hours of straight hitting. So by straight hitting, I mean if you're doing ground strokes with a buddy for an hour. In my opinion, that's only about 45 minutes of straight hitting because, you know, you gotta take water breaks, you gotta go grab the balls, stuff like that. And if you're playing a singles match for an hour, assuming it lasts an hour, that's a pretty short singles match. But if you're only playing a tennis match, a singles tennis match for an hour, in my opinion, that's only about 30 minutes of straight hitting because, you know, you gotta bounce the ball before you toss, you gotta grab the ball after the point's over, stuff like that. Datboy05, that is a tough situation to be in if you have a tournament on Saturday. I'm assuming that means 2 days from now because it's Thursday night here in the United States. Every time I see a blister and it's too late to like stop playing tennis, I immediately try and pop it and peel the skin back and then put ointment on it as soon as possible. But that might be a strong ask from your hand if you have a tournament this upcoming Saturday. So sorry, dude. I mean, let me know how that goes. Kyle Doyle, man. Hey, guys, by the way, I'm not trying to dox you, Kyle. So in the chat, Kyle Doyle, he's actually my tennis captain in the Milwaukee area. So say hi to him for me. He's a superb guy. I got a little bit too drunk on his wedding night because I started chanting USA, USA. Sorry. I started chanting USA, USA during his wedding reception speech. So I apologize for that, Kyle. But yeah, he's a pretty swell guy. He's playing in the tennis tournament this weekend. So everybody in the chat, say hi to Kyle Doyle. Yes, Lucky Sill, I've used Luxilon 4G and I absolutely hate it. It is very inconsistent with the ball pocketing, the power, and kind of like the launch angle coming off the string frame. And not to mention, yeah, it's freaking expensive. So, goddamn. Luxilon 4G is a piece of trash, not gonna lie. Yeah, the last spray. It was close, not gonna lie. Yeah, I think I had like at least two, maybe three. I think I had 3 game points on that 3-3 service game of mine. And I think I double faulted one, and then I just really messed up on the other. But yes, I do want a rematch with Cole. He's he's 19. He's just over half my age, which is scary to think about. But I mean, he's studying to become a doctor. He's an amazing tennis player, very smart, disciplined, high IQ type of individual. And even outside of the tennis realm, he's going to do very well in life. I wish him nothing but the best. Hey, Assemble Break, what's up, my man? Oh, Kai-san, you broke Cole's strings. Did you, So, maybe I should have, contacted you right before I played him at the Essential Tennis Channel. What's up, Hydra X10? How you doing? Good day today? What's up, James? Aloha. Are you from Hawaii? Or sorry, as my parents say, because they're from the Philippines, Hawaii, not Hawaii. It's Hawaii, apparently. If I played my best, Assembled Brick, I mean, the thing is, like, even in my current state, Assembled Brick, if I were to, am I out of focus? Assembled Brick. So, like, even if my current state, and I'm not in good cardio shape right now, and I'm hitting pretty well, but I'm not hitting as smart as I want to. I honestly think if I were to play Cole 10 times, starting to, like, the next 10 days, if I were to play Cole 10 times, I would beat him 1 or 2 out of those 10 times. So it just really depends on the day. It's all about percentages. But obviously, if I got in really good shape, I think I could shift that 1 or 2 out of 10 to maybe a 4 out of 5 out of 10. It really depends on the day. Datboy05, Yonex Polytour Spin G have been recommended to me by about 5 to 6 different people in the comment section of my videos. Apparently, it's one of those strings that apparently would like really fit my game really well, more so than the Selenko Confidential or the Selenko Hyper G. So it's one of those things that I'm hoping you guys very soonly that I start setting things up soon for you guys to be able to vote. It's one of those things that I'm hoping you guys is one of those 5 or 7 or whatever strings that I'm going to be able to order based on your guys' votes. Lucky Seal, it really depends on what you're looking for and what your level's at. That's a very general question. So if you can nail that down, I'd be more than happy to try and answer it. Let's see. Ace Bin. So, Kevin is, from what I understand, Kevin is no longer with Essential Tennis. But I did get in contact with him when I was stringing rackets for Essential Tennis. That's how I got connected with Ian, who obviously owns the company. But Kevin is no longer with Essential Tennis, I believe. But yes, he has a really strong background in high performance junior tennis development. I think at one point he was rated as high as like a 5.5. So, you know, obviously, you know, he's a little bit older. I think he is a little bit older than me, but he's probably in much better shape. But yeah, I would love to absolutely play him. I think he has moved on from Essential Tennis, and I wish him the best because he's a really cool guy. He's really knowledgeable. He's very charismatic. He knows what he's talking about. But it's one of those things where, like, I wish I got connected with Essential Tennis sooner than in this really crappy year of 2020. So not only would I be able to be connected with Ian, but also be able to, you know, play with high-level junior development coaches such as Kevin. Rob Santos, Polytour Pro is better in every way, shape, or form. Not gonna lie. Polytour Strike is garbage compared to Polytour Pro. Rob Santos, natural gut mains and like any type of polyester cross. It's a different type of feeling, not gonna lie, but you will be breaking through strings faster than a normal hybrid of polyester on the mains and then something softer on the crosses. So I think that's what Federer uses and that's what Djokovic does use. So apparently, those are two of arguably the two out of the three greatest tennis players of all time in men's singles. So I guess try it out for yourself and see how you like the feel. I did try it about 2 or 3 times a few years ago. It is a very different feeling. I actually like it better than a regular hybrid of polys on the mains and then something like a Wilson Sensation or synthetic good on the crosses. I do like the feel better. It's different. The launch angle is a little bit different. The feel is significantly better, but the durability is absolute crap. You will break strings very, very fast. Kyle, I don't think I would roll Kevin. If I were to play Kevin right now, I personally think, and if Kevin's watching this, and probably not, I think I would beat Kevin maybe like 4-4. And in my opinion, that's not a roll. Hydra X10, do back squats. I swear back squats are the most important workout when it comes to tennis, especially singles tennis, because if you really want a big muscular butt and big thick calves and thick thighs, do your back squats, my friend. Do your back squats and then eat some KFC. It's good chicken. Datboy05, do you want something shaped or rounded for your polyester full bed? Lucky Sill, I would try a full bed of Wilson Sensation to start off with. That's my opinion. Thanks, Acemans. Feels so good. Yeah, I was looking at the highlights. I've been watching the highlights like almost every other day. Not the highlights, sorry, the actual match play. I should have taken advantage of him, especially his backhand, even though it was solid, it was landing a little bit short, to like be inside the baseline when he's about to hit a backhand and approach off of it when it's higher contact level. When I make that contact inside of no man's land. Rob Santos, yes, you can. You just got to train your body for it. And, Kyle Doyle is in the chat right now, and I hit with him every now and then. Probably like once every other week, whenever his and my schedule frees up. But there are times where I will do like a full leg workout before I hit with him. And yeah, it's tough, but it's a really good leg workout. After you do your full leg routine, you're not going to be hitting nearly as well. You're not going to be as fast as you are on the tennis court compared to if you don't do your leg routine. But it's one of those things where you just kind of got to power through it. It might make you suck in the short run, in the short term, but it's going to make you a stronger and more fit tennis player in the long run. Yeah, Jay Lee, I've heard of snakebite. I think it's on my list. I gotta check that in a second. Dat Boy, I would actually try the Selenko Outlast. Try that. I think that was my most recent tennis string review. Yeah, there are actually times, depending on, before this whole global pandemic, where I would actually work out, play like a set or two, or maybe have like an hour and a half or 2 hour hitting session, and then work out afterwards. Um, so yeah. James Palaracio. I'm trying to check what I eat and check my macros and my vitamin intake and stuff like that. But not gonna lie, as soon as like 2 or 3 beers hit my body, I'm getting KFC, I'm getting McDonald's, I'm getting Chick-fil-A. Lucky Sill, what? Sorry about that, guys. I was clicking on the wrong thing. My bad, my bad, my bad. I was setting up something because I didn't have enough time when I got back from tennis to set this up properly. So I might fade to black in a bit. Aw, Jan, pokey face. Thanks. I know, right? The real question is, what fast food did Mark eat today? I clocked at Gidrius, my fastest clocked serve in a non-competitive setting because I was just doing King of the Court stuff. I clocked to serve at 127 miles per hour on the ad side up the tee. I don't know. I guess it's whenever I'll be invited back to Essential Tennis. I'll bring some Hot Pockets, my favorite Hot Pocket. I have never played with a Yonex Ezo 98 Tour Rob Santos. Biji Tripathi. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. My favorite, if I had all the money in the world, my racket would still be the E-Zone 98, stock form 2020. I'm loving that racket right now. And string would probably be the Yonex Poly Tour Pro. Assembled brick. Scott was bombing, I think, anywhere between 110 and 115 on first serves when he was kind of going for it. He was serving big and thick and heavy. Oh, Abhijit Tripathi. I'm glad I can pronounce it correctly. I'm not putting lead on my Yonex Ezo 98 quite yet. So right now, because of the whole quarantine and global pandemic, I've been gaining a little bit more weight around my midsection more than I probably should be. And that's kind of apparent with my latest match on Essential Tennis with Cole, because I'm just absolutely gassed as a 30-year-old compared to a very in shape grinder of a tennis player that is, he's 19. But normally I would be, so let's see, I'm at about 165 pounds right now. If I lost the weight that I wanted to, I would probably be around 155, maybe 150. And then ideally, I'd like to bulk up back to the 160, 165 range. And that's when I would put about 30 grams of lead tape on my Yonex Ezo 98. What's up? What's up, buddy? Oh, I know, because I string your tennis rackets and I coach you. Scott would win assembled brick, probably 2-2, in my opinion. Lucky Sill, it's all about racket acceleration and the point of contact. You want to get to the height of your reach with a tennis racket to be able to come down on it on the first serve and hit it relatively flat. You guys might be seeing me go webcam black in a bit, so don't take that as an offense. I'm trying to set something up for you guys to set up the polls. Dat boy, I don't think tennis is dying. Yeah, Kyle, I would argue that, but you know, obviously people get stronger or weaker throughout their tennis life cycle. Oh, thanks, Dat boy. I'm working on it. How important are the right strings, and how do I find the right string for you? That really depends. I mean, it depends on your budget. I always come from kind of a personal finance side when it comes to that question. So that's a tough one. Obviously, if you're making $500,000 a year, fine, buy something like Babolat RPM Blast or buy something like Luxilon. But if you're someone that's like a regular consumer or near the regular consumer level, I want you guys to find hidden gems that aren't really marketed on the pro level. That's why I made this channel, and that's why I'm hoping to help you guys out. Assemble Brick, I don't have my next Essential Tennis match lined up, but I do have a lot of rematches coming up. But still, $15 per set, Jan, that's really... Okay, so obviously, the field, the tension maintenance, and the ball pocketing is literally second to none, Jan. But the issue is, for me, as a 4-5 single specialist kind of tennis player, the durability... I break natural guts in less than an hour of hitting sessions. So that's an issue for me. Yeah, Hydra, in my opinion, I would highly suggest you don't even work on serves for like a week and like do movement drills and ground stroke drills every single day. Maybe even some pro shot drills. That's my advice to you. I have not tried any of the diadem strings, Brian Allen, but they seem pretty cheap, so why not? Why not try it? The Selenko Hyper G, in my opinion, a similar break that it's worth the price, right? But then again, this is where this whole situation of like, hey, why I made this channel is, everybody's financial situation is different. I grew up in the lower middle class for the first 18 years. I would actually argue the first 24 to 25 years of my life. So, again, that's why I made this channel, is because I want people to be able to enjoy tennis as a sport and not get ripped off of stupid marketing schemes by these bigger companies. Now, obviously, if you're making, loads of money, go ahead, buy these more expensive, higher quality strings. But there are hidden gems out there that don't have nearly as much exposure as these bigger stringing companies because they don't have the money. And that's where I want to come in and help them. All at a no bias kind of thing. I'm doing this thing for fun. Ace Bins, I think my very first, so when I played Ian, that was the Selenko Confidential strung at 55 pounds. And then when I played Scott, that was the... it was either the Luxilon Power Alu Power or the Luxilon 4G at 55 pounds. And then when I played Cole in the most recent match at Essential Tennis, that was the Selenko Hyper G strung at 55 pounds. And then the rackets I used were all the E-Zones, but they were different versions. My match against Ian and Scott were my E-Zone 2017, the black and green one. And then my most recent match at Essential Tennis with Cole, that was the E-Zone 2020, which is black and blue. But I think they're the same specs, just different versions. I believe in aliens, but I don't know if they visited yet. That's kind of a philosophical one, but it's also a good one. That's definitely out of left field. I'm a skeptic, but I also understand that the universe is huge, given what we know as human beings. Easy, Bativis. Let's not be hostile in chat. That'd be great. Yes, assembled brick. There are quite a few hidden gems. Not gonna lie, I believe the Selenko Outlast is a hidden gem when it comes to Gidrius and Datboy. Please chill out on chat, otherwise I might have to start banning people. Assembled brick. There are hidden gems out there. So Selenko Hyper G to me is a slightly hidden gem. Obviously, at a higher asking price of about $160 a reel. It's a good one, and I think Selenko has done a very good job. So for round copolyesters, I would highly suggest that you guys try the Selenko Outlast as a good consumer-friendly copoly. I think it's about $100 a reel, so give that a try. Brian Allen, I've never tried the Prince Vortex. How is that? Kyle Fortek, I would never, ever, ever recommend my string to people. Every person's financial and tennis situation is different, so I always listen to them before I give like a list of suggestions, right? And I'm gonna start the polling right now. So this is the list of 24 strings. Tito Chop, the Weiss Cannon Ultra Cable doesn't have a 16 gauge tennis string. That's why I'm not reviewing it. I need something either in 16 or 16L. Just because I think the parameters aren't going to be similar enough for me to give you guys an honest review. I prefer to use the Wilson US Open Extra Duty for tennis balls, Rob Santos. Okay, I'm going to make the poll right now, right? It's going to be slightly off camera. It's okay, Dead Boy. I'm just trying to foster a nice little community here. Ooh, 215, Gidrius. Man, what is 215 kilometers? 133. Ooh, that is a big boy serve. Very big boy serve. Yes, Ace Benz. I definitely use 16 gauge, and I'm willing to do some 16L gauge for playtesting. But again, I try to stay as consistent as possible. Okay, so there are 24 strings. I promised to review, what, 7? So 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to pull you guys 7 times, and that's going to be 3 strings each. Does that sound fair? And then the top one from each, I'm going to buy. Yeah, Kyle, I've never tried the 18 string gauge because I don't want my strings to last only 30 minutes. Yes, Gidrius has a big boy serve. String gauge, Lucky Still, is how thick, THICC, how thick the strings actually are. When do I start playing tennis, Mark? I started when I was 9, but I never took it seriously until I was 19 years old. Thanks, AC Tennis. Hydra X10. So more spin. I would highly suggest getting like another piece of rope, about 2 or 3 feet, and get a piece of rope and set it about 2 or 3 feet above the level of the net, and have that be your new net, to have that nice arcing top spin ground stroke being forced on you visually. Yeah, Gidrius, grunting right after you make contact with ball definitely helps. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the very first one, right? I'm gonna link it on chat. You guys have 1 minute to answer, right? Oh, I shared it too early. Here we go. Go vote. I put the link in the chat. I'm grabbing a beer. Oh, Kyle, of course. I mean, why would you play tennis and not drink? That's... Well, yeah, Hydra, being a taller guy, doubles that you're going to be, very, very much well wanted, especially for that first, second serve. But yeah, footwork is very important. Obviously, if you're taller, you're going to want to keep the points a lot shorter. But if you really want to differentiate yourself, look at someone like Juan Martín del Potro, and look at someone who is 2 inches shorter than Juan Martín del Potro is Milos Raonic. Obviously, Raonic, the big serving 6'4", 6'5" Canadian, he's got a massive serve, one of the best on tour for both first and second. But what amazes me is Juan Martín del Potro, even being an inch and a half taller, or 2 inches taller than Milos Raonic, he moves really, really well. So you want to be that type of guy with that height. Oh, validating the vote takes a while? I'm sorry. I'll try and fix that next time. A lot of it is footwork and agility, Hydra. That's my opinion. Do ladders, do cone stuff. I'd be more than happy to have my next vlog touch base on that. I know I've been slacking on the channel a little bit just because work has been taking off and a bunch of other things. But I'd be more than happy to help you guys out with footwork drills on the tennis court. That's definitely not a problem for me. Yeah, Lucky Sill. Have a good night, man. Yes, Assembled Brick. I am a software engineer, aka a programmer. CM, I think my second serve specifically. It's pretty weak at this point. I double faulted 3 times tonight. I shouldn't have. I was playing Valorant, Andrew H24, but I kind of eased off of that ever since the beta kind of died down and it actually released. Valorant was actually a good one because even though it's kind of cartoony, it actually took a lot of skill and it was slower pace than I thought because of the cartoony kind of look. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be high, fast pace, all about the abilities. But the sprays on the guns, on every single gun I tested and played with, it was like, oh, it's somewhat consistent. It had enough variance. But I was surprised at how slow paced, especially the running and the team kind of like tactics, how slow paced it was. It's a good game and it was a little bit overhyped, but it's overall still a good game. But it was still a pretty good FPS experience. And this is coming from a CS 1.6 background, by the way. I chose a one-handed backhand because I saw Richard Gasquet, Stan Wawrinka, Grigor Dimitrov, and Roger Federer playing slow motion, and I literally said, I want that. And I'm still working towards it. Yes, Wakujime. I did play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 2 is my favorite, and the 2 is everybody's favorite. Um, I didn't play 3. I think I just got out of college. No, 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 hold on. I think Mass Effect 3 released about a year and a half after I got out of college, and I had other things going on. Let's put it that way. But 2 was fantastic. Del Potro gets a lot of power on his forehand because he's 6'6", uses an Eastern forehand grip, and just whacks the crap out of that ball. Oh my god! And something that's underrated about Del Potro is how good his footwork is, given his wingspan is 6'6" because of his height, but how well he positions himself inside of the court and transfers his weight, and just drops that racket and just plows through it straight forward. Yeah, I agree, Gidris. I mean, like, they're pros for a reason, but yeah, I absolutely agree. Okay, so back to the polling. Right? I had to send a link to a buddy of my calves, weirdly enough. Whatever. So, the results are... Oh, a little one-sided. Okay. I am going to review the Head Links Tour. Congrats, everybody. All right, I'm going to the next 3. Aceman's RTS. I really enjoyed Warcraft 3, specifically the Frozen Throne, and StarCraft 1, Brood Wars. I've never played StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, or the Legacy of the Void and Wings of Liberty. No, Wings of Liberty is StarCraft 2. Legacy of the Void is the expansion. I didn't play any StarCraft 2 stuff, but I heard they're perfectly balanced. Nick Kay is arguably one of the most talented tennis players of all time, and ATP tennis, men's professional tennis, needs someone like with his attitude and talent. Oh, yeah. Rublev for simple break hits the crap out of the ball. It's freaking phenomenal. Oh, Sir Soy Boy. Everybody say a hi to Sir Soy Boy. He is a legend. He's the very first one to win that little bet of a tennis match for my match play. But next polling in the chat. You guys have 1 minute. Go. Yeah, Gidrius, I wouldn't doubt that at all. Not doubt that at all. Oh, Sir Soulboy. All right. Won't be the only time. Challenge accepted. I do not use a dampener, Sean Buckland. I do not use a dampener because I lose it way too often. And I want to feel my mishits off of my tennis racket. And besides, if you really want to use a dampener, use a rubber band. It does a much better job. All right, guys, you done voting? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turna big hitter. It is. All right. It's okay, Spence. I kind of was too, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. My favorite music, it's Wakuju, man. It's not actually baby metal. It's actually melodic hardcore. So there's this little band called Counterparts out of I think they're out of Ontario or Toronto, Canada, and you know, given I was a drummer and a guitarist back in middle school and high school, it's one of those things I'm like, oh yeah, I feel this stuff. I definitely feel it. Fortnite, that's too... I'm too old for that. Fortnite to me is like TikTok. I can't handle it. It's just full of like teens and preteens. It's nuts. All right, by the way, next poll. Pick. Oh, Gidrius. Okay, so I definitely shouldn't play Fortnite. Because if I were to play Fortnite, my serves would be like 67 miles an hour. My hair's looking pretty good. I like these roots. I'll do it more often. My spec for rackets is around the 11.5 ounce range when strung, and about 6 points headlight at around 98 square inches. That's what my preferred specs are. Stiffness, it can vary. I guess it depends on the strings that I'm using. Billabong, but hopefully that answers your question. Ooh, this was a close one, you guys. Are you ready? Signum Pro Plasma. Good for you. Car accident outside my condo. That's why I looked away. I heard just tires screeching. I didn't hear any plastic crash though, or glass. Okay, next ones. Go. Dat Boy 05. In my experience from high school and AP classes, world history is one of the easiest. AP US history is in the top 3 easiest AP classes that my high school offered. The other 2 were AP Stats and then AP Human Geography. Jerwin Rillera, is that red clay or blue clay for indoor clay tennis tomorrow? Um, Sangwon Lee, again, I apologize if I'm saying that name wrong. Sangwon Lee, spin actually breaks the string faster than hitting the ball hard and flat. Oh yeah, stats is super easy. Like if you could understand empirical, what was it? Sorry, standard deviation, you're gonna do fine. It's very little equations. It's more like understanding concepts. And it's given the election in the U.S. recently, it's very applicable in real life actually if you have good data to back it up with. Deidris, how do you know he can't hit the ball hard? You guys know each other, Gidrius and Siwang? Okay, polling's done for part 3, and drum roll, please. Dunlop explosive speed by literally one. Oh my god. All of them got separated by 1 vote. Every vote counts, right? Okay, next 3. Weiss Cannon, Torline, Caviar. Oh, I'm hungry. And the Selenko Hyper G Soft. Forgot about that. Creating the poll now. Hydra X10, having different tensions for the same racket and the same string, that's fine for playtesting. But in all honesty, after you settled on a racket and string that you want to use for competitive play, you should really be able to adjust whether it's indoor, outdoor, hardcore, or clay court. That's your job as a tennis player. That's my opinion. Oh, Tennis Spin? He's a good guy, but like, Tennis Spin, he has some good content, but in all honesty, he needs to have better editing and better camera work. No, he's a good dude, but like someone like me, I don't have any cinematography experience whatsoever. It's just one of those things I just kind of picked up on the side. I have no editing skills whatsoever before I did this thing. But like he just kind of drags on and on. Like you should really be cutting like the ums and buts and like those awkward like, you know, middle like, you know, collecting your thoughts kind of like fillers. And he doesn't do that. I'm like, dude, you gotta be better than that. Put some investment in editing. Because he's got a big following and he's got good content. But if he were to just like take it just a notch higher, it could be such better quality. Exactly, Wako Jume. That's why, because like he just kind of like drags on. Again, he's a good guy. He knows what he's talking about, and he's really good passion. But like, I can't like listen to a video for him for more than like 2.5 minutes at a time, because it just drags on and on. Well, it's not that he's necessarily. Oh wow, almost choked my own spit. It's not necessarily that he's old. It's just like the presentation, and I guess kind of charisma. He doesn't really have it, which is perfectly fine because I'm awkward as hell too. But just the editing, he could do a better job with the post-production stuff after he records. Again, that's my personal opinion as an amateur YouTuber trying to help you guys. Let me know if you agree, but that's my personal opinion. Oh yeah, OCG223. Vacation Tennis has some really good production quality. It's fantastic. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like ever since my first video in the Selenko Hyper G tennis string review, I've been like steadily climbing towards that Vacation Tennis kind of thing. Cause he has some really good editing skills. I'm sure he has some sort of background in video production. He's fantastic. Oh, I would love to play Coach Goo or ITF Chris. No problem. Bill Bong, I've never heard of Tennis Nerd before. Heath Dorn. All of those, all of those rackets you have just listed are way too heavy for me. All right, Samuel Brick. I'll see you around, man. Thanks for stopping by. And no surprise, the Selenko Hyper G Soft. The Hyper G has I wouldn't say significantly, has more spin potential. Um, and actually, it's better on the backhand slice, to be honest, Eric Wang. The Confidential does have better ball pocketing and slightly better comfort. David Lee, the racket is too heavy when you are consistently late on ground strokes, in my opinion. OCG223, the Confidential is actually softer for a shaped co-poly, in my opinion. Obviously, it's perfectly fine that you disagree. That's what this channel is for. So thank you for your input. Oh yeah, Datboy05, you're not physically developed for a heavy racket like that. So, you know, take your time with it. So Hydra X10, believe it or not, Essential Tennis, the tennis court that he operates in, that indoor tennis court, is 10 minutes away from like where I live, literally like where I am right now. And with the small tennis community in the Milwaukee area, which is where, you know, I currently reside in, we got connected fairly quickly. So he knew I was a high-level tennis player. I string his tennis rackets. Apparently, I'm charismatic on the camera, based on some of the comments and viewership based on the Essential Tennis stuff that I was featured in for match play. That's why I keep on getting featured and invited back. So I'm gonna be featured in at least 9 more videos at Essential Tennis. So, you know, thank you for Ian for, you know, keeping me, inviting me back. That's definitely huge for me, and I enjoy it. And tennis, even though it's not my full-time job, it's definitely a passion of mine. I have not tried Kirschbaum Max Power yet. Oh my goodness, David Lee. You must be a strong guy at using 360 grams of a V-Core Pro HD, which is a tight string bed, by the way. 18 by 20. David Lee, do you ever hit the ball late? Because I think I would if I were to use that racket. Oh, by the way, sharing the next bowl right now. Apologies, kind of dragged on for that. And of course, my main camera froze, so 1 second. Oh my goodness. Really froze. Really no, in my opinion, Jorwin Rivera, no real advice I can give you. Just have fun, man. Clay's fantastic. Eric Wang, my second serve. Definitely my second serve. It's a liability at this point. And the next one is Vocal V square. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna do these last 5 all in one. How's that sound? I mean, Tennis with Mikey, I am using the E-Zone 98 2020 version at stock form. Sorry guys, there's an issue right now. All right, Sonic Pro Edge is on this option. So just a heads up, there's a fanboy here that wants a Sonic Pro Edge. So here we go. David Lee, I am not an absolute unit, but thank you though. Second to last polling is in the chat. Gotta use the bathroom real quick. Had a little too much. Press F in the chat if you want to see me take a shot. I did wash those hands. In the bathroom. Or not bathroom, in the kitchen. Assertive? Thanks, Billy Bob. Alright. Little shooter. It's like a shot and a half. More than anything. Let's see what we got. Thanks for analyzing my ways of releasing my waste. Oh, this is a different one. All right. Gosen Polylon by 1 vote. All right, last one, guys. Last, very last. I'm still frozen with the video capture card. Stupid. Hydra X10, yes. Thanks, Scrub GT. I like how the roots are looking, and even like just looking at it from like the top down, like it's got that, you know, the canopy at the top being, you know, blonde, and then, you know, dark roots hair. Love that stuff. I love this hairstyle more often. So as you guys wanted, because you said F in the chat. No, it's here. Joe and Valera, it depends how tall you are. Not gonna lie. Cheers. Ace Bins, I'm not loyal to any brand whatsoever. I am always looking for something that's consumer friendly and a high quality strain. Tennis Warehouse, obviously they're dominating the market right now. They have a very good market share. I don't know how much profit margin they actually have, but I know that Tennis Warehouse also has kind of a sister company, Running Warehouse. So they're definitely a corporation. And that's why I really don't like or trust any of the string reviews or any type of review from a Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Express, is because they're incentivized to sell you stuff. Do you really think I'm incentivized to sell you anything? Absolutely not. I'm just a drunken asshole in Wisconsin that's, you know, pretty good at technology and good at talking to people. Oh, I didn't send it to you guys, did I? Ooh, I'm not drunk. Jeez. Ooh. As a righty dat boy 05, I like hitting on the deuce side a nice slice out wide because it keeps them on their toes if you want to go big up the tee for a flat serve. I'm still doing it. I was supposed to do it a week and a half ago, Kadizme, but the tennis club I was playing tennis at for mixed doubles kind of ran out of time. Like they literally just kicked us the fuck out. So I wasn't able to do it. So I'm hoping to do it this weekend at my tennis tournament. So I didn't forget it. Apologies for that. I'm definitely gonna get that out to you guys as soon as possible. Hopefully with my Bablot RPM Blast and RPM Blast rough review. A6 I really do like. I love them. They're not the perfect shoe for me, but they're a damn good high quality tennis shoe given the price. All right, guys. What did you vote? Ooh, okay. Only 5 people voted. Only 5 people voted, and there's 11 people on the stream. On this stream. Hydra X10, I've never played with the 98 blade V6 countervail. Is A6 really Japanese? I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I didn't, Rob Santos. I don't know. You're voting on what string you want me to review next. David Lee, it depends on what you want to study, my friend. All right, Wacko Jume. Have a good night, man. Get some sleep. What shows do I watch? I watch The Boys on Amazon Prime. I can't wait for the next episode of The Expanse because I'm a sci-fi freak. Obviously, I watched Game of Thrones, even though the last season was a disappointment, as it was to everybody. And that's it. I tried to watch Attack on Titan, but I kind of fell off after season 2. Not gonna lie. David Lee, if your UTR is high 8 to low 9 as a freshman in high school, you're fine. You're right around my level. Wake Forest is a tough college, man. Oh, Mandalorian! I saw the first season. I haven't caught up with the second, so don't spoil it for this chat. Please don't. Castlevania has a Netflix? What? The twist at the end of season 2 of what series are you talking about, Bill Long? No, it's not bad. You have some time to go, Dat Boy 05. And for the result. The Black Knight. Tier 1. 1 string. 1 man. 1 mission. All right, guys, I'm headed out. Thank you for polling. I'm a little too drunk. Shit. Oh my god. I got drunk on stream. Yeah, Andrew H24. I played at University of Wisconsin Whitewater, which is a very highly nationally ranked Division III college in the U.S. So I know, right? Dat Boy 05. So I'll see you guys around. Thank you for watching. I'll have tournament oh my god, I should not have gotten drunk. I got a tournament tomorrow. Oh my god. What am I doing in my life? Oh my god. I'll have tournament results for you guys up soon, and I will also have the RPM Blast and RPM Blast Rough review up soon. Yeah, it just kind of hit. Yep. Yeah, I got drunk. It's part of life. You know what? For you guys, I'm going to finish up this Pompeii, which is a pretty strong beer. Yeah, Ace Benz, I just got to get in shape and stop drinking like a freaking... My neighbor gave me 2 shots of tequila. I had a shot before I showered getting online. I had a beer before I got on stream. I took a shot on stream with you guys, and I was sipping on this other beer while talking with you guys. So, no, I did not just have 1 drink. No, Ace Vince, that is not the same tournament. The tournament that Ian was prepping for was all the way back in, I think, early October or late September. I totally forgot. So, thank you for hanging out, guys. And as always, happy hitting. See you guys around.